Axel eyesight. Is there the high drive? Deep center. Go, go, go. We're out of here. We're out of here. Say ya, playa.
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A dog pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks.
And welcome to the first round of the Camden County Tournament here on a brisk Saturday morning at Gloucester High here at the Fieldhouse. I'm Dan Wilkins with Vincent Folks. It should be a good one today, and why wouldn't it be? It's the 17 seed and the 16 seed squaring off in the first round. It's Pennsauken versus Gloucester. These two teams have not met before, but both of these teams are excited. You know why? They're treating this like a playoff game, because for Gloucester, they're the 12 seed in Group 2. And if they win, there is a good chance that they could be playing Camden at one point in the Group 2 playoffs if they make it far enough. For Pennsauken, if they win, they'll play Camden on Monday in the second round of the tournament. Camden, Camden Catholic, PVI, and Camden Eastside are the four teams that got a bye in this tournament. So at the moment, where we stand with it all is, yeah, if you win, you play Camden on Monday. And for a coach like Harrison Carcillo, he's excited for that opportunity. He said playing a team like Camden will expose all of your weaknesses. He will make sure that even if you lose by 40, you're going to learn something from playing them. And for Gloucester, this is a legitimate playoff aspiration to where if they beat Pennsauken, they move up in the ranks, and Camden could be a team that they end up playing like they did a few years ago back in 2023. So for Gloucester tonight, they've been a little bit cool. They started off the year 10-0. Now they're 16-8. They've not fallen off the map, but they've certainly taken a step back. While Pennsauken, with Harrison Carcillo at the helm, he said they are battle-tested. He said they are ready to go, and they are treating this like a playoff atmosphere. We've got starting lineups and introductions in just a moment. I'm Dan Wilkins with Vincent Folks here on the mic tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, from Gloucester. We'll be back in just a moment. Pennsauken starters just got introduced. Let's introduce them ourselves. For Harrison Carcillo and the 12-10 Pennsauken Indians, it's going to be Frankie Almonte at the point. You've got Jasir Ross, Victor Costellar, their leading scorer Ryan Jones, and Nazir Negron, also a football star for this Pennsauken team. For Gloucester, this, I keep saying afternoon, it is still 11 a.m. For the Lions at 16-8 with Coach Ryan James. I'm sorry, with Liam James, you've got Ryan James, Marcus Flagg, the three-point wizard himself, Keegan Cohan, Jake Smith, and then Trevin Burkhart will be getting the start. That may be because Burkhart is a senior, one of the three seniors being introduced here today. You've got Trevin, Caden, and Ryan James, the son of head coach Liam James. Again, Pennsauken coming into this one at 12-10, and Harrison Carcillo made a big point to say that these guys are battle-tested. They had a slow start to the year. They played West Tech. They played Kip. Then they went on a 6-game winning streak. And then in January, they ended up having a rift where they lost 6 of 7. But they had to play Burlington Township, Holy Cross, Thrive Charter. 3 very, very tough teams. They have won their last 2. They beat Delran 69-64, and Delran's a juggernaut in themselves. They're 17-5 this year. And they beat Haddon Township on the 13th, 63-52. We are up and away in the Camden County tournament. 17-seed Pennsauken versus 16-seed Gloucester. Again, the winner of this game will play Camden, the number 1 seed in the tournament, on Monday. The kind of catch-22 where, you're going to end up running into basically an unstoppable force as Cohan gets a turnover forced on him by Frankie Almonte. So it'll be inbounded by Burkhart. Actually, it won't be a turnover because Burkhart will inbound. Feeds it to Ryan James. James out to the right wing, back to the top of the key for Jake Smith, the forward. Sets a screen for Marcus Flagg. Shot rattles out. Sean Pierre, it's number 2, Frankie Almonte. Pass goes out of bounds. No baskets yet in the first 43 seconds of this one. It'll be inbounded by Jasir Ross. 299 points for him this year, 61 assists in 22 games. As Nazir Negron misses there. Ross put up 29-5 versus Palmyra in a 60-51 win on the 23rd. That's his season high. He's put up 20-plus in 6 games this year out of the 22 that Pennsauken has played. He has started all 22 of them. But Pennsauken, they also got hit with this kind of flu that's been going around. And, he said in regards to the stretch in January where they lost 6 of 7, they said that was a big factor, was that they lost some players due to sickness, as there's a 3 from Ryan James. And Gloucester's up 3-zip here in the first quarter with the first basket of the night. Out into the corner for Ryan Jones. It's back to Almonte. Fires it across the way to Jones. Out to the semicircle. Casteller gets an open look. Bounces it to the logo for Negron. Guarded doubly. Now over into the corner. Here's a 3. No good. Front of the rim. Offensive rebound. Turned over. Gloucester is getting this one back to Cohan, who gets the layup, won't fall. Smith on the second chance is good, and it's 5-0 Gloucester. And that's something that Gloucester is going to need to piggyback off of to have success here, is being able to take those second chance shots, because they've been a little bit sluggish in these first couple of minutes with it, and we're going to have a travel called. So, if you think about it in the terms of, these guys are going to be trying to work on their game as we go into it. A group 2 versus a group 4, never going to be easy to be in that kind of boat. As a 5-0 start for the Lions. Gets it to Flagg. Again, double trouble in the paint. It's good. A 7-0 start for Gloucester here in the first 2.5 minutes. And they lead 7-0. Gloucester started off the season as one of the final 10 remaining undefeated teams going into the new year. Their first loss was to Haddon Heights on January 13th. After going 8-0 to start the season. They have lost 3 of their last 5, including losses to Haddonfield, Gloucester Catholic, and Audubon. But that Haddonfield shot buzzer beater for the Bulldogs would have been a big upset if they won. It was a low-scoring affair, 37-35, and Harrison Carcillo is going to call a full timeout as Gloucester leads 9-0 here at the Fieldhouse. They've got a hot run here in the first quarter. Hot start for Gloucester. They lead 9-0 here in the first round of the Camden County tournament. Pennsauken has really been affected by those second chance shots, as Gloucester has been really good in the paint. Both of these teams playing strong out-of-conference schedules. They played Highland, Gloucester did, in the Marty Derrer Showcase, won by 5. That shot's off the mark. Offensive board for Ryan Jones. Now it's Negron who picks it up, heaves it across the floor. We've got another 3. Good. Jasir Ross with point number 300 on the season gets the Indians on the board. It's 9-3. Should be noted, Pennsauken has an undefeated record on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. It's a small sample, but they're up there with Kip Cooper at 3-0 apiece. They've had 3 appearances on the program and have not lost. That could very well change today with a 9-3 deficit. Cohan got fouled inside. It'll be the first foul of the day, and Keegan, the junior, will go to the stripe. A 2-sport athlete also participating in baseball in the spring. Should let you know that we'll be covering the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting Baseball Selection Show on Friday, March 14th. It'll be our biggest production yet of a schedule unveiling from our opening day on March 21st all the way to the final game of the regular season on May 22nd. 2 full months of baseball coverage. So we've got Almonte passing it to Ross. Cohan made both shots. Almonte at the top of the key, feeds it out to Costellar. A high pass, moving inside for Jones. That shot is good from Negron. It's 11-5. Cohan going into this game with 686 points. He has made 137 career 3-point shots. And actually, he's made more 3-pointers than he has regular 2-point shots. He's only made 108 career 2s, but he's made 137 threes, including 73 last year. He's up to 60 this year. Put up 24 on opening night versus Woodbury, 27 versus Highland. That appears to be his season high. 5 total games with 20-plus. Here comes a heave. It was intended for Cohan. Now got an open look for Negron, who wraps it off the glass. And it's 13-7. A lot of turnovers here in this first quarter, and right now what we're seeing is maybe a little bit of sloppy basketball as Caden Harris comes in, subbing out Trevin Burkhart after the timeout. Cohan back at the logo. Ball gets kicked away. That definitely was kicked. It was almost like a soccer ball off his right foot. And Liam James saying he kicked the ball. I mean, that seemed pretty clear to me that it was kicked. A foul is called on Gloucester, their first. The foul is against Ryan James, but Pennsauken starting to close the gap. In the corner for 3, good! 3-point game. After a 9-0 run, Gloucester's starting to show a weakness. Pennsauken has been in these situations of slow starts before. as Flag tries to fire it into the corner, saved by James. Harris comes in to complete the save. Back out to Flag. Gets a screen, moves in, basket good. But like we said, in that Delran game on Friday the 7th, Pennsauken trailed 16-1 early in the first and then came all the way back to win the first quarter, 21-19. Here comes a three. Almonte, or rather Casteller, hits it from deep. And now it's a 2-point game, putting Liam James on the ropes here. That's a situation Pennsauken did not want to be in to start, and now they're getting comfortable here in this visiting gym, here in the field house. They are finding creative ways to just get there. Cohan from deep, and it's good! That one from all the way back at what was basically the non-existent volleyball line. 18-13 in a high-scoring first quarter. I mean, these guys really seem to be efficient on both ends of the ball with scoring. And Pennsauken getting in the rhythm, Gloucester getting in the rhythm. It's going to end up being like a slugfest back and forth where it's just who can score the most baskets. I mean, obviously that's the objective, but it's harder than you think. A good save by Ross, who ends up deflecting it to not to Almonte. Ball gets deflected out. Looks like Pennsauken ball. Subbing out for Gloucester is number 20, Cole Little, who had some limited minutes there. Here comes a three. Corner! As Jasir Ross cuts the lead, and we're going to have a travel call. I was saying the first couple of minutes of this game seemed like sloppy, unpolished basketball, but right now we're seeing a mix of both. We're seeing efficient scoring by both teams, but we're also seeing not that many fouls, but some turnovers, maybe some misguided passes. As Cohan double guarded, good defense by Pennsauken, and a travel will be called. I think Gloucester's trying to play a little too fast and loose here. They're right now just trying to, get as many points as possible and, maybe not focusing on the defensive part of the game. As Almonte brings it up, 27 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Couple of heaves across the way. Ross guarded by Flag. Now James coming in to guard. 15 seconds left. They take their time. Brings it to Ross. Backpedaling, 7 seconds. They'll have time for one more shot. It's deflected in a kickball violation by Marcus Flag. Actually, that looks like it was by Ryan James. Now they'll have 2.5 seconds to flick one out. It'll be Almonte to inbound. Cohan guarding to his left. Brings it out from deep, but no good. Couldn't get anything going there, but a high-scoring first frame here from the field house. It's 18-16 after one in Gloucester. Welcome back to the Holy City. 18-16 in favor of Gloucester after a first quarter that had a 9-0 start that Pennsauken since closed the gap on. And only 2 combined team fouls in the first quarter. But obviously when Harrison Carcillo called that timeout after a 9-0 run, something sparked in this starting 5. On the floor right now for Pennsauken is the same starting 5 that they began the game with. Haven't made any substitutions yet. Gloucester, with as deep of a bench as they have, maybe 15 or more varsity players. Here's a deep 3, no good, off to the left side of the mark. And James will backpedal to clear the floor. It's Marcus Flagg. I mean, what's the end goal here for Gloucester? You know, do you shoot more threes? Do you try to be more staunch on the defensive end? I mean, that was a very crafty layup, but in a 2-point game, I don't know if that's what they're looking for. Here's a corner 3 to take the lead. Nazir Negron completes the comeback, and Pennsauken leads 19-18. It's Cohan. Back out to Smith. Cohan picks up the deflection, tries to hang on to it. Back out for 3. Good! 3-point palooza here in Gloucester. It's Marcus Flagg drills one. I mean, this has the makings of a very high-scoring game. We saw Pennsauken last on January 4th versus Collingswood, a game where Pennsauken put up 92 points. It was the first time that they had accomplished that since February of 2020 versus Salem. Salem themselves doing decently well this year despite having to forfeit 4 of their wins due to an ineligible player. Here's Cohan, gets an open look for 3. There's his first of many tonight. Gloucester's back in the swing, and it's 24-19. Keeping the scorebooks busy here in the first half. Casteller for 3. Good! How much more can you get? Is Steph Curry watching or something? I mean, this is ridiculous. 5 straight three-pointers made by both teams. And the stat sheets are getting filled quickly as it's 24-22. Now driving in, and it's good for James. 4-point lead for Gloucester, trying to fend off that comeback. I mean, Pennsauken had a very short and brief lead of 1 point. Gloucester's the only team to have a multi-possession lead tonight. Here's Negron for a corner 3. No good as the streak ends, and a rebound gets picked up there by Smith. Jake Smith, the 6'4" junior, 542 points for him. Ball gets kicked away. Smith goes in, guarded by Negron. He is fouled. No basket. And he'll get 2 shots from the line. Smith in his career 72 for 118 from the charity stripe, a 61% foul shooter. .51 career blocks in 52 career games. James put up 23 and 10, a double-double versus Florence back on December 20th. Had a streak of 3 straight games with a double-double back in January, 22 and 13 versus Audubon, 16 and 10 versus Glassboro, and 10 and 12 versus Gateway in a 70-23 win. Front iron, only makes 1 of 2. Here's Casteller, 3, good! I'm shocked Liam James isn't calling a timeout. I feel like for the longer they keep this momentum up, Pennsauken's just going to be in the groove. They want to disrupt the groove. They want to make sure that Gloucester is not in a rhythm. They want to make sure that Pensauken's not in a rhythm, rather. Cohan misses the 3. We do have a foul. Foul is on Smith. He will go to the bench, subbing Cole Little back in. Don't forget, we'll be at Washington Township on Monday for the first round of the quarterfinal round of the Tri-County tournament in Flight A between Washington Township and Salem. Then on Wednesday, we will be at Clayton for the winner of Cumberland versus Shalleck and Clayton in Flight C in the semifinals. Clayton with a first-round bye in Flight C. Moving it back out. Sliding over. Gets a push from the back by Little. Ross out in the corner. Drops it. Tries to hang on. Back out. 4-3 from Negron. Airballed it. As Trevin Burkhart back on the floor. Bounce pass to Caden Harris. Open look in the corner for three. Caden Harris lights it up. 2 + 1 makes 3. And it's 30-25. This is an excellent start for both teams. They're both high energy. They're both elated to be here. They both know what the stakes are, who they would play on Monday if they win. One of them's got to play them. Here's a three. Good! Hello! Victor Casteller with 3 threes in the second quarter. He's made 85 of them in his career. There's another layup. Feels like a game of NBA 2K. Timeout called by Liam James. We'll be right back as this one's electric. 32-28 with 3:14 left in the second quarter. Pennsauken inbounds, 3:13 left in a high-scoring first half. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at 614 Lambs Road in Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex. In Pittman. Basket good. 32-30 as Ryan Jones gets this one squared away. 641 career points for him. 107 of them from the foul stripe. Little with a pass to Harris. He sets a direction, sets a screen by Little. Ball almost got ripped away by Casteller. Harris looks for somebody, and a 3-second violation will be called in the paint. And Cohan trying to console his teammate, just trying to calm him down a little bit there. Sometimes those mistakes can really spark a fire under somebody's gut, and you know, if you're Pennsauken, you take advantage of that. You got them rattled, you got them fired up, and then you got them to go for a 3-second violation. You basically pulled them into the lobster trap. Now you got to close the gate and finish the job. Here's a three for the lead. Jasir Ross from downtown, and for the second time this quarter, Pennsauken is the lead in a wild game that's keeping the scorekeepers busy. 33-32. Flag brings it out to Cohan, who lets it fly. Offensive rebound. Ball gets stripped away. Now he's all alone. Right-handed layup. Foul. No basket. And Pennsauken will pick up 2 foul shots here. Two fouls on Gloucester here in the second. First against Flag, as that first shot misses. Frankie Almonte will check in for Jasir Ross. Don't forget, on Saturday, February 22nd, we kick off the high school baseball season. The college baseball season, with a doubleheader between Immaculata and Rutgers Camden, 12-2 for the doubleheader from the Camden Athletic Complex. Our first of 8 games with Rutgers Camden this year. Here's a breakaway. Flag, can't get the layup to fall. Cohan makes a hit and picks up a foul. Again, those are the kind of mistakes that Pennsauken wants Gloucester to make. You know, that they know that a lead like this will not fall into their hands, and they know that they have to work for it. They're going to draw some fouls. They're going to make some uncomfortable moves. They're going to make some situations that, you know, might make you scratch your head at first, but then they realize, you know, 2 and 2 clicks together, and you've got yourself a good winning combination here, and that's what makes Pennsauken so good. They've played the best of the best. Not to say that Gloucester isn't, but a Group 4 coming in here, you know, going and playing in Group 2, a very good Group 2. Pennsauken has played people of all groups and of all, you know, kind of statures and sizes. They've played non-publics. They've played a little bit of everybody. So they're making it a little bit uncomfortable here for Gloucester. 1 minute and 3 seconds as the scoring finally starts to simmer down. 1 minute left as Flag crosses the midcourt stripe. Back to James, moving inside for Cohan. Right-handed lay, foul and one. Keegan Cohan takes a fall, and he'll try to set up an old-fashioned three-point play as Gloucester retakes the lead on a topsy-turvy basket. And with 51.5 seconds left, he'll go to the stripe. .45 seconds left. Just dribbling a couple times with the right hand. Jones takes it himself, feeds it back out to Jason Carr, who gets hit. Says he stepped out of bounds. Five total team fouls, 3 on Gloucester, 2 on Pennsauken. Again, that's kind of the formula here for a high-scoring game, is that these guys are just getting off clean shots. Pennsauken's had a lot of open looks. Gloucester's threes have been a little bit more contested, but that's because of Pennsauken's good defense. This is a team that doesn't have incredible size. They don't have anybody rostered over 6'4". Neither does Gloucester. You know, these are two very small teams that can create a good formula for high-scoring basketball. Back at the logo, Almonte could have had a open look. There's 6 seconds left. Chucks up a three. No good. 3 seconds left. Smith heaves it. Nowhere close. And at the end of the first half, the ball goes to our good friend Mike Taylor. And both teams will go to the locker room in a heavy first half, 35-33. We'll be back in 10 minutes with quarters number 3 and 4 here from the Gloucester Fieldhouse.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their road test on their first try, you know your student will be in good hands while embarking on a huge step of all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Two minutes remaining. 4 fouls on St. Joe's. One more and it's a bonus, which would greatly help Gloucester Catholic. The moving green guard! It's a one-point game just like that! This place is going nuts! And now a drive to the basket by Spross. He lays it up and lays it in! St. Joe's has 2 timeouts remaining. Gloucester Catholic still has 3. Here we go. Mascaro pulls up. He goes for 3! 6 points! Jack Mascaro has tied the game with 90 seconds remaining. How will the Wildcats respond with a miss of
1-0 Red Bank. Now here is Al D'Elia. The man they used to call Big Al has now slimmed down, and he still hits dingers. He went viral in 2018 for his catchphrase during the Little League World Series when he was introduced by the ESPN camera crews and was given his standard introduction. He said, "Hi, my name's Big Al, and I hit dingers." And that sentiment still holds true today. He had his first career high school home run versus Rumson Fairhaven in their opening game of the campaign last week. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. But D'Elia, kind of a folk hero for baseball players who just want to hit the ball far and have fun while doing it. The poster child now is the poster big fella. Fly ball right center field. This is going to be a sac fly. Taken in by Terranova, and Big Al might not hit dingers, but he certainly drives in runs. It's 2-0. Excuse me, Goldberg is a shortstop tonight, but he had a 400 average in 2023 as a junior. A homer in each of his sophomore and junior campaigns, 331 career mark and a 430 career slugging percentage. And speaking of home runs, there's a fly ball to left, and it's gone! Devin Goldberg answers on opening day with a first pitch rocket to left, and it's 1-0 Bridgewater. We were just talking about the long ball, and he stomps on the plate, mobbed at home, and Goldberg, the leadoff man, with a swing of gold. It's 1-0.
late switch for the visitors. Again inside their 5. Oh, they're going to pitch this one back for the flea flicker. Touchdown, West! Oh, my goodness! Taking inspiration from Nick Foles and Trey Burton. I think they just pulled off the Philly special. That is the greatest touchdown I have ever seen. Well, maybe not the greatest touchdown I've ever seen. Maybe that's stretching a little bit, but one of the greatest touchdowns we've seen in a long time. And it's a tie game.
Welcome back here in the second half from Gloucester. It's Pennsauken 33, Gloucester 35, and a wild first half. A total of 16 three-point shots were made between the two teams in the first half. Just a wild sequence as Pennsauken was down 9-0 early in the first quarter. They then stormed back, took the lead, and then Gloucester kind of got in a little bit of a chess match with them, went back and forth. There was a point in the second quarter where 5 threes were made back to back to back to back to back. See who will inbound the ball to start the half. Referees aren't in. That's what it is. They just sounded the buzzer. Where do the refs go? You play it like rec rules where you just, you claim your foul. Yeah, I don't know. Refs aren't here. Ah, there they are. They had a bit of an extended halftime break. Maybe somebody needed to use the men's room. I don't know. But Trevin Burkhart will inbound for Gloucester. 35-33 here in the third quarter. And first possession will go to Gloucester. Out into the corner for James. Ball is tipped off the side of the backboard. It'll be brought up by Negron. Now Frankie Almonte. Back to Ross for three. First basket of the night is no good. Of the half, that is. Smith barely keeps it in. Oh! Wow. Okay. So Royal Rumble has joined the basketball floor, as that was a shot to the face there. Foul gets called on Pennsauken, gets called on number 5, Ryan Jones. Now Burkhart will inbound. Burkhart's been getting some more minutes, more and more this season. 6'1" junior. Only had 3 points in his first 3 seasons, getting very limited minutes. Of course, the Burkhart family, a very, what's it called, storied one in the Holy City. Stephen Burkhart, a junior at Kutztown University, Division II national champions in football last year. His brother Trevin also recently committed there for football. And Caden Harris, another football player for this Gloucester team, he's been getting interest not only in football but also as a track and field athlete. I mean, track and field is really helping a lot of the football players these days, and a lot of the basketball players too in the spring, you know, as like off-season conditioning, because the summer leagues for basketball don't really happen until June or July, until school's out for the summer. Harris somehow able to keep it in, but forces a turnover. It's Negron who takes it. But yeah, I mean, it's excellent conditioning. You know, think of it just like, yeah, it's sanctioned workouts basically. And you're getting good competition as well while being able to play in that star-studded environment. Smith will inbound. It's 37-35. Gloucester leads by 2. Double guarded. Cohan. Smith creates some separation. The 3 is off the mark. Harris, offensive rebound. Ball gets turned over again to Jasir Ross. Back into the corner. Moving in. Tie game. Frankie Almonte is in. And Pennsauken calls a timeout. We are all knotted up at 37 apiece here with 5:25 left in the third from the field house at the Lions Den. Third quarter here from Gloucester. This broadcast is brought to you by Rowan College of South Jersey at Gloucester, Roadrunners Athletic Department. Prospective athletes who wish to join the award-winning and championship-winning Roadrunners for the 25 to 26 school year should visit the prospective athlete forum on their website, rcroadrunners.com, or follow them on all social media platforms at RC Roadrunners. Gloucester ball after the deflection. Ryan James to inbound, back out to Harris in the corner. Harris burns the defender, moves inside, basket good. You're seeing that passion from Harris and Carcillo very, very clearly here. You know, he's the kind of guy that he will stick up for his guys no matter what. And he will stand by, you know, his beliefs and his philosophies. And, you know, sometimes when he doesn't agree with a foul call, he can get a little bit heated. But he's the kind of coach that, you know, no matter what, he's going to tell it like it is. And he's not going to sit down he's not going to bend the knee, if that makes sense. 4:30 left in period number 3. Moving in, basket good. 41-37 as James gets the layup. Now Almonte will bring this one up. Pennsauken has burned 2 of their timeouts. They have 3 remaining. Up over the middle, blocked by Flag. Out of bounds. It was a good come from behind block right there. It looked like Pennsauken got a little bit complacent under the basket. And they will now inbound as James fills the scorebook with a block. Ross will inbound, heaving this one over everybody's head. Look out. How about that for a good deflection and a good deception as Negron, traversing the length of the floor after the pass by Ryan Jones, gets the basket. I mean, that's just masterful play right there. I mean, they move it out. Pass was a little bit too long. They force Marcus Flagg to basically run a sprint from end of the court to the end. Cohan moves in, 2-point mid-range. Floater's good. So, yeah, I mean, that's just good basketball right there. Jones forces a bad situation, basically puts you on a power play like you do in hockey. 5-on-4. Got one guy coming up from behind you, and then Negron gets an easy basket. Catch and shoot 3, way off the mark. Off the front of the iron. And here comes another steal. Foul. As Jasir Ross, the 5'6" sophomore guard, came in. Couldn't get anything to go there, but he will get 2 foul shots. As it is the second against Flag. Jones, Jasir Ross, with 299 points as a sophomore, his first varsity season. This season, 42 from 46 from the charity stripe, a 91.3% free throw shooter. He's been very good this year and has pretty much every game where he's been perfect, except for a couple over in December. Of course I say that, and he misses, but they get an offensive rebound, and the basket's good. Counts for double then, and it's 43-42. Cohan sets a play, brings it to Harris. Cohan, double guarded, back out to James. Smith brings it over. Travel. Jake Smith. Had a feeling something was going to break down there. Gloucester with 4,000-point scorers since 2020. A few of them could join this list in the next year or two. As we said, Keegan Cohan as a junior could do it with just 3-point shots alone when he enters his senior year in 2026. Basket drops in. Pennsauken leads. Cohan at 6'86". Caden Harris is a senior at 5'17". He's definitely on the outside looking in. Junior Marcus Flagg, hello. 3-point no good. Flagg at 4'33", but they had 2 of them last year. Offensive rebound for Casteller, falling away. Third chance, drops. And the timeout is called by Pennsauken. 2:06 left in the third. Let's stay on the air because we're going to talk about some upcoming broadcasts here on DWB. On Monday, February 18th, we're going to have Tri-County Flight A quarterfinal action between the Washington Township Minutemen and the Salem Rams from Washington Township, an 8-versus-1 game. And then in Flight C, we'll be covering the semifinal game between Clayton and the winner of Cumberland and Shalleck. So we'll have to see how that works out for them. Like we were talking about 1,000-point scores, 2 of them reached the mark last season, Liam Gorman and Aiden Hagan. I should say that was 2 years ago. Gorman finished with 1,478. Stephen Light as well in 22 with 1,255. Aiden Hagan with 1,000 and then 99. And then back in 2020 was Jason Pino with 1,067. Gloucester's last girls' 1,000-point scorer was Chloe Bennett, also in 2020, with 1,461. Saw a South River player had their 2,000-point mark the other night. Same with Timothy Christian up in North Jersey. Gloucester has one of the 100 and I think it's 110 2,000-point scorers from back in 1998. In fact, they have 2 of them. Keith Gorman, who right now is the head coach of Gloucester girls basketball, who's doing pretty well for themselves this year. He had 2,128, and then the leading scorer by just 5 points back in 2013, Stefano Okoro, with 2133 in his Lions career. Moving in from the elbow, Flagg lets it drop. 1-point game. 46-45. Scoring has definitely calmed down. But like we said, Pennsauken is no stranger to high-scoring starts. They played Pennsauken on Monday, and it was a 21-19 game at the end of the first quarter, which included a 20-3 closing run for Pennsauken as they handed Delran their 5th and to-date most recent loss. 3-ball is good. That's how about that for a deep ball from Casteller. 4-point lead for Pennsauken. It's the biggest lead they've had at any juncture tonight. Cole Little feeds it to James, guarded by Jones. Moves out to the top of the key. Smith to Cohan. Ball gets swiped away by Casteller, goes behind the backcourt line. Look out, it's saved, keeps the ball in play. Under a minute left in the third. Cohan's got it, guarded by Almonte. Just trying to get anything to go. Flagg spinning around. Little takes an open 2-point look, and it's good. 49-47. I mean, this has been a high-scoring game by all accounts, but it's, again, something that Pennsauken is no stranger to. We saw them back on January 4th for the first Saturday of the new year, where they put up 92 versus Collingswood in a 92-65 final. The highest scoring basketball game, the second highest scoring game in DWB history. Basket no good. By the way, the highest scoring game in DWB basketball history was Clayton and Gateway back on December 30th, which was a 100-72 final. Speaking of Clayton, they played Wildwood last night. They won that game 102-100. 202 combined points in 32 minutes. I mean, even I struggle to do that in a 32-minute NBA 2K game. I set my quarters to 8 minutes apiece. I struggle to hit 90 sometimes. And that's with pretty aggressive, pushing the pace offense. And that's with a 24-second shot clock. I think the argument for a shot clock in Jersey is you don't have games like these, but you look at games in like the Olympic Conference where we had a playoff game last year that ended 32-29 in favor of Cherokee over Cherry Hill East. And it was like a 3-minute stretch where nobody hit any shots, as that'll be a fireball into the stands at the end of the third quarter. After 3, it's Pennsauken up by 4 after a 2-point trail at the half, 51-47. We'll be right back in just a moment as we start the final frame. Here in the fourth quarter, this broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. Along with toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more. Visit today, or they're open 7 days a week, so you can pick your date. It's 226 South White Horse Pike in Audubon. Gloucester and Pennsauken going back and forth here in the fourth quarter, 51-47. An interesting thing to note tonight is that the starting 5 for Pennsauken has been in the game for pretty much the entirety of this game. They have only made 1 substitution in the entire game. And they have at least 10 players dressed on their bench. They've got Sean Pierre Lewis, they've got Josh Duran down there, they've got Justin Rivera, Alex Parker, the forward, as Harris on the inside. It's good. And I think that's what they meant by they're going to treat this like a playoff game, because if they win, they could very well jump up from the 9 seed in South Jersey Group 4 and get themselves a home game in the first round. So for Pennsauken, this is a good, starting point here. Harris swipes it away to tie the game. Good. 51-51 as Harris gets us knotted back up. Out of bounds. Right now in South Jersey Group 2, Gloucester is seated at the 12 spot. They're behind Sterling. The top 3 are pretty standard. It's Camden, Middle Township, and Cinnaminson. MedTech is at 4, Overbrook at 5. That's who Gloucester would play if everything holds. As here's a 2-point jumper, no good. Rebounded by James. Guarded heavily, gets the ball knocked out. It's back to Flag. You got to be careful getting close to that backcourt line. Got to be aware of your surroundings here as Flag puts it up and in. Takes the lead, 53-51. Haddonfield is the 6th spot. Then you've got Haddon Heights and Lower Cape May as the final 2 home seeds. Barnegat and Camden Eastside at 9 and 10. Ball goes out of bounds. Sterling at the 11, Gloucester at 12. Cedar Creek, Mastery, Camden, Pleasantville, and Penn Tech take the last 4 spots. And then in South Jersey Group 4, where we stand there, is Pennsauken is the 9 seed. They're behind Southern. Top 3, Cherry Hill East, Lenape, and Central. Eastern at 4, AC at 5. Kingsway, RV, and Southern at 6, 7, and 8. Here's a 3 from the corner. No good. Here comes another one. Deep down the floor to take the lead on the heave to Marcus Flagg. 4-point lead for Gloucester, 55-51. Pennsauken calls their third timeout to disrupt the flow. 5:36 left in the fourth. 55-51, Lions in the lead. Here on the Saturday afternoon from Gloucester, it's 55-51. I think we kind of heard some good wisdom from a fan in front of us, and he said, put in your bench, your starting 5 is tired. And he's right. I mean, they were way behind on a fast break that Flagg got in there and extended the lead to 4. They've only made a handful of substitutions all day. The only ones that they have is that they've put in Jason Carr. I mean, there's a handful of guys who have not seen any playing time. The only guy that's a starter that was on the bench, or I should say it is currently on the bench, would be, let's see, we've got Negron, we've got Costellar. It's Almonte, I think it is. Or Almonte is going to inbound. So right now on the floor for Pennsauken, let's just get this squared away. It's Almonte, Ross, Jason Carr, Victor Costellar, and then Nazir Negron. So that would leave Ryan Jones as the odd man out. Harris will bring it to Cohan after the missed basket. But yeah, I mean, Gloucester's trying to take advantage of a Pennsauken team that feels like it's fatigued. And if they can get fast breaks, if they can heave the ball down the floor when they have the possession, you might beat them out on cardio instead of beating them out at the line. Pennsauken ball. It'll be inbounded to Ross after much disagreement from the Gloucester faithful. It's Costellar. Brings it over to Ross. Again, Ryan Jones still on the bench. He's the only guy that's been subbed out in this one. Moving over is Negron. But right now, Pennsauken's trying to time their shots well, and Gloucester's trying to put the pressure on. Out into the corner for Costellar. Pennsauken would fall to 12-11 on the season with a loss, as here's a 3. Off the mark. Cohan rebound. And Gloucester would improve to 17-8 with a win after an 8-0 start back in December and early January. Like we said, their first loss was to Haddon Heights, who in Group 2 is just a couple of slots above them at the 8 seed. Basket no good, much to the dismay of the home crowd. Pennsauken rebound, that reopens the door. Not like the door was closed before, because it has been burned down and kicked down with a 3 from Costellar. And Marcus Flagg will bring this one up. 55-54, he stops. Cohan's got an open look. He's got 2 shooters open, doesn't see him. Now brings it to Cohen, moves, makes a man miss, no good. And a foul will be called on Gloucester. Second team foul here in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass. Over to Negron at the top of the key. Guarded by Burkhart. Ball is swiped away. Out into the corner. Negron moves inside. No. Shot is called off for a travel. That could change everything. Sometimes the whistles can really change the momentum of the game, and with Gloucester up by 1, taking away that key scoring opportunity for Pennsauken could really change everything. And I agree with the man to my left. Slow down. They've already put up 55. Pennsauken needs to get a stop in these next couple of possessions. These guys are playing, these guys have been playing up tempo for basically from the tip to now. I don't know if Gloucester knows how to play slow. I mean, they put up 81 versus West Deptford the other night. Burkhart, he pump faked it. Didn't go for it. Harris, guarded by Jones, who's back in. He loses it, goes for the shot anyway, and it's good. Inbounded to Almonte. Almonte feeds it. Ross moves inside. Back out into the corner. Negron for a 3 to tie the game. No good. Second chance. Jones brings it back out to Costello. Almonte at the top of the key for 3. No good. He picks up the offensive rebound. Can't get it there. Jones can't get a rebound. 4 tries. No! All of them fail. All 4 tries fail, and Liam James takes advantage with a timeout. Pennsauken goes for a goose egg from inside and out. 57-54. Gloucester puts the brakes on. 2:03 in the fourth. We'll be right back. Here from Gloucester. Man, a good night for Caden Harris. Good night for everybody here from Gloucester, but game's not over. The winner of this game will play Camden on Monday, February 18th in the second round of the tournament. Cohan steps, guarded by Almonte. It's James. 1:40 left, 100 ticks of the buzzer left. James layup in, foul and one! Marcus Flagg comes up with it. He comes up gingerly, walking to the bench, but he has to go and shoot the foul shots. It's a 5-point game as Gloucester trying to find an answer. Yeah, Marcus Flagg still hopping and limping lightly as he will go for the and one shot that would definitely be a big boost to the morale of this Gloucester team. And they would need some power points as well with Pennsauken in the 9 spot of Group 4. Here is Flagg. And one shot is no good. Pennsauken trying to pick up the pace here. Again with their starting 5. Costello, front iron. And how far do you have to go? Oh no! They picked up the steal. Almonte threw it away. Jake Smith subs out maybe an injured Marcus Flagg. So now on the floor for Gloucester is Cohan, Smith, Burkhart, James, and Harris. On the floor for Pennsauken is Almonte, Costello. Oh, here we go, steal. Back out, they're gonna move inside, now moving back out. Slides over to the left, into the far corner for three. Good! Jasir Ross calls a timeout. Think Pennsauken will be charged. 59-57, a minute 7 remain. Man. Let's stay on the air for some ad reads. This broadcast is brought to you by our good friends over at, why did I blank for a second? The Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Pro Wrestling. South Jersey's top premier wrestling organization, pro wrestling organization here in South Jersey, with high-flying events and nonstop competitive action throughout the Garden State. For more information on future events, visit dawgprowrestling.com. Whew. This game has been wild. Pennsauken and Gloucester, no team has had a lead larger than 5. And I just feel like we need to bring in the gravity of this situation. I mean, this is a game in the first round of the Camden County tournament with playoff level energy. These two teams aren't even going to be playing in the same playoff bracket later this month. However, doesn't matter. Both of these teams, they want to play Camden. You know, they want to be the David to the Goliath. They want to be the team that could walk into that purple and gold gym and come out with a trophy. Maybe not a trophy, but a lot of media, a lot of memories. They want to be the ones to play that kind of game. Both of these teams are battle-tested. They've played tough non-conference schedules. They've, played a little bit of everybody. They've played each kind of breed of team, and you're seeing those two mentalities really converge on the floor tonight. 2-point game. Pennsauken trying to rip the ball away. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow goes in the favor of Gloucester, it looks like. It will. Harris will inbound. Over to head to James. Cohan now. Foul is called. Where's it going to go is the question. .45 seconds remain. .40 seconds now as this one goes into the corner for Casteller. Bounce pass inside. Negron can't get the layup to fall. Second chance. Here's another one. It's good. Tie game. Tie game. And Harrison Carcillo will burn his final timeout of the night. 59-59. It's a wild one from the field house. Don't go anywhere. We've got a DWB Classic watch right here. We'll be right back. Crunch time here in Gloucester, 59-57. .21 seconds remain. Could be last possession of the night. Cohan is fouled. No, never mind. Timeout, Liam James. There are 3 fouls on Gloucester. We'll stay here. 59-59, 14.3 seconds left, kind of setting the stage here for what could be the last possession. And if you're Pennsauken, you know, what you're thinking of right now is how can I get the ball into our hands? They got to make a stop because I don't have the confidence in either team to where if one makes the basket, they can use the limited time that they have left to traverse the floor. If anybody, it could be Gloucester. They've been good on fast breaks tonight. They've been finding ways to get creative. And that's where you heard that shout earlier in the fourth quarter was your starting five is tired. Some of the fans are getting excited in their own right. You could see some family of Ryan Jones, Ryan's pop-up in the stands tonight with a custom-made sweatshirt. Here we go. Everyone on the edge of their seat in the navy blue stands of Gloucester High. Pennsauken cheering to our right, Gloucester cheering to our left. Could go either way. It could go to an extra period. 59-59. Pennsauken in the white, blue, and teal with 59 points tonight. They've had a handful of scores from all over the floor. James will bring this one across. 12 seconds left. Guarded by Ross. Looking for the last shot of the night. It's Burkhart blocked in the corner. Pennsauken picks up the rebound. Now it's kicked away. Harris gets fouled. No. Did he get fouled or was it a timeout? It was Liam James who called a timeout with 1.6 seconds remaining. Wait, hold on here. Did they call? Referees are talking it over. Harrison Carcillo having a discussion with the former Pemberton head coach who was an assistant there. They concede. I thought they were going to say that a foul was called before James got the timeout. That would have been huge if they did get the foul because then they would have, assuming it was a shooting foul, they would have been able to have maybe 3 foul shots. I don't know if they would have had 2 or 3. They would have had one of those, but either way, still ridiculous going on tonight. 59-59, still could go either way. Gloucester in their 28th DWB appearance. They are 11-16, making their first appearance in our first broadcast on October 5th, 2021. Pennsauken 3-0, winning 2 football games last season under our watch, and then a basketball game versus Collingswood in January. Gloucester breaks from the timeout. Both teams have exhausted all of their timeouts here in the fourth. I don't know if you can hear it, but my heart's pounding. 1.6 seconds left. Ryan James will inbound. He's under his own basket. Where will the ball go? They go for the lob. Can't get it. They've got to scramble, and we will go to overtime. 4 periods. Could not do it here in Gloucester. And after regulation, we remain tied 59 all after 4. For the 3rd time this year, we've got extra basketball, free hoops here on DWB. Both teams want this win bad. It is a dogfight to the end. A 4-minute overtime period to decide this one. Like we said, third game this year rather, to go to overtime on DWB. They're getting everybody settled here. It is Negron and Smith under the tip. And we're underway in overtime. First game to go to DWB overtime this year was Leap Academy and Gateway, went to double OT, with Gateway eventually pulling out the win, which was their first back-to-back win since 2022. James moves outside to Smith. Cohan backpedals, guarded by Ross. Oh, got a hard fall and a foul. And Pensauken's arguing that it should have been a moving screen. And Carcillo was beside himself. Actually, Smith is down. Smith is down. He's being attended to by Liam James and the athletic trainer. And Smith, just like Marcus Flagg earlier, seems to get up under his own power, and he'll grab a water, but he is beside himself. Hopefully that's not too serious. But, man, just a tough situation there. The foul was called against Pennsauken, which, with the fouls carrying over from the fourth quarter, it is their second. Just looking at the replay, I don't see a moving screen. His feet are set, and from the time he sets the screen and by the time he plants his feet down, he doesn't really move. 3:30 left. No baskets have been scored in the overtime period. James with another screen by Burkhart, feeds it inside. Ball goes out of bounds. Who touched it last? Gloucester did. No, Pennsauken did. Gloucester ball. Again, the winner of this game will play Camden on Monday night on the 18th. Cohan again backpedaling. Spinning around. Little. Back to Harris. From the semicircle. Good! Gloucester takes the lead, 61-59. Almonte, back to Negron, hands it off to Casteller. What will they have in store? Moving it back out in the corner. Negron gets around Burkhart, right-handed floater, good, tie game! Cohan. Cohan slides it out to Burkhart, to Harris, pump fakes. Harris moves in, gets around everybody. He's got 4 in the overtime. 2-point game again, 63-61. It's Almonte, senior guard. Sliding 3, didn't airball it, just made contact with the rim. That wasn't even an air ball. He clipped the rim. Harris will inbound after the turnover. But this is where Gloucester needs to realize there's no shot clock. Hold on to the ball for as much as you can. You're up by 2. It's what Rancocas Valley did earlier this year. They had the final possession of the game for the last minute and 25 seconds and then won the game. Pensauken, though, pressuring, not letting that opportunity go to waste. Cole Little, open look, is good. 4-point game as Little drills the basket. (65-61). That gets turned over. Now James has it, working through the motions on traffic. Harris with a player falling, back to James. Minute 13, another open look. Burkhart makes it, and Carcillo calls his overtime timeout. The River Rats in front of us are going wild. They've come out in droves here on this Saturday afternoon. It is 67-61 with 69 ticks of the timer here at Gloucester. We are going to go to break. We'll be right back. here at the home of the River Rats. It's the Gloucester City Fieldhouse. An excellent venue for an excellent game. It is a 6-point lead. Shockingly, it is the largest lead that any team has had today. There is 1 minute remaining. Double guarded, open look in the corner for Negron. No good, rebound James. A high pass almost got deflected by Negron. How far do you go before they start intentionally fouling? They've got 3-on-1. And now Harris unwilling to give up the ball. Another foul. Pennsauken now at 4. Harris will inbound. Back to Flag. They're well behind the half-court line. Got an open look. Oh, that ball's going to get away. Liam James is saying it was tipped. It is Gloucester ball. I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a tough one to decipher. Harris back to Little. 30 seconds. Foul called, 31.5 on the clock. Yeah, just looking at our camera, it is hard to tell if it was tipped. Yeah, because unfortunately our scoreboard graphic is blocking where Casteller's right hand was at the moment that he argued it was tipped. Just looking at it in real time, I didn't see it, but Harris misses his first. Window is still open here. Pennsauken has been very good from 3. They've hit 11 threes tonight as a team. They could very well close this gap with 31 seconds left. However, Pennsauken is over the limit. Second shot also no good. Moves it out to Negron. 3, no good. Rebound Harris. That door will close a little bit more as Harris still avoiding contact, breaking away. And an offensive foul will be called. No, because I think Harris was kind of throwing shoulders around, and I think that's what it was. That's the 4th foul. .5 seconds remain. 6-point game. Pennsauken's got to get off some good shots. Out into the corner. Catch and shoot. 3! Clock is still running. Caden Harris has it. They're going to let it run out. Gloucester wins. They've got a date with Camden on Monday night. Devastating for Pennsauken as Gloucester takes advantage of a running clock and lets it run out. Harris had the last touch. And the number 16 seed Gloucester Lions survive to play another day and will play the Camden Panthers on Monday night. How about it? What an exciting finish. Had to go to overtime. Just had to get it done. Excellent work there by Camden. Harris at the last touch. Meets his dad over there with a big hug. Great stuff to see as he'll head to the locker room. Heartfelt moment there for the senior Caden Harris, who picks up the win and had some very, very important baskets down the road. I think he would be our player of the game for the night. We'll have to wait until that stat sheet comes in, but Marcus Flagg getting some help with Keegan Cohan. Of course, he's smiling because he won the game, but he's got some ice on his right foot. He's actually being helped out by the DJ, Anthony Strazzullo. And, you know, as the buzzer sounds, obviously something that they'll have to keep an eye on for Monday. How about it? That'll be all for us tonight. Hear from our entire crew here at DWB, our social media manager, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Alex Pollock. I'm Dan Wilkins, my producer, Vincent Folks. We will see you on Monday for Tri-County Flight A between Washington Township and Salem. I believe the tip-off is 5:30. Gloucester wins it in overtime, 67-64. Have a good one, folks.